Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one about Andrew Berry and how Watson's suspension might affect him.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Friday. I would assume that since the Deshaun Watson situation is pretty much putting the roster manipulations and depth charts and everything in limbo, that it would also handcuff Andrew Berry to a certain extent as far as cap space, extensions, and major moves on that part. Your thoughts, please. Thank you.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Let's take a look at this tweet from Jack Duffin. We've had him on the show a number of times. He is outstanding with this salary cap from the Orange and Brown report. Watson getting a year suspension creates, almost $10 million of additional cap space, 6-game suspension, and a 2023 restructuring. You see the numbers, year suspension, the contract tolls. The bottom line, G. Bush, and Jack Duffin has been on our show a few times. He's fantastic. The Browns have more salary cap space than anybody in the league, and Andrew Berry has structured deals so that you kind of push it down. Eventually they're going to come due, but you've got a while before that is the case. So this doesn't really handcuff him in any way, shape, or form.
No, and I think, once again, this is just why these guys are where they are. I mean, when they came in, people talked about them being an analytic front office, and Dee Podesta and Andrew Berry and some of the guys they got in the front office, the Ivy League guys. I don't know what people thought. I mean, these guys are mathematicians by trade. Like, I'm sure they can find a way to manipulate the cap and to get guys in here under contracts. And I think a lot of it is one of those things where people are just kind of scared. The Browns haven't been sustained, they haven't been good under a sustained period of time over the length of a 5 to 10 year period. Usually, generally speaking, they may get a couple guys here or there, but you may have injuries that derail you, or you got guys that are just in trouble with the league, and you have those things happen where it kind of derails the long-term plan for the Cleveland Browns. Just go back and look at guys like Josh Gordon being one of the a guy that they actually hit on and showed a lot of promise. They end up having to get rid of him because of just off the field stuff. So I think the Deshaun Watson thing, all that was baked in. And when people say that the Haslams didn't understand that he was going to be out for a year, and what happens, you got a team that's built ready for now. And if you don't believe that his advisor sat him down and said, okay, there's a good chance that he's going to be gone for a year, but here's the reason why it's a great opportunity still to take him. And I look at it like this. There's all kind of teams that do this. The Ravens do it more than anybody. They draft a guy out of college who may have been injured, like a Kwity Paye or something like that, and they just say, okay, we're going to take a second-round pick on you, but we believe that our infrastructure is good enough where we can redshirt you almost this year, and we can still get what we want to get out of you, even if you miss a whole entire year. So when you look at it from the Browns' perspective, from getting a guy that will only be 27 years old in his prime still, he's not playing defensive tackle or anything. You can't hit quarterbacks, really. So I'm not worried about injury in his case. So for me, I look at it as even if he misses this year, it'll suck for fans, it'll suck for marketing reasons, but at the end of the day, they still may have enough money and cap space to go after somebody like Jimmy Garoppolo, whose name has been floated out here a little bit. And if you go after Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, he's led a team to the Super Bowl before, NFC Championship game, won some big games for the 49ers, and the team is built like in San Francisco, a lot like the Browns are. So, you still have some stuff up your sleeve that you can do. And the Browns will be flexible and having some money to make sure this year is not a waste.
Yeah, you mentioned Andrew Berry, Dee Podesta, and those guys. A lot of times guys think they're the smartest guys in the room. These guys are usually the smartest guys in the room. At least I think they are. and you know what? They've got it under control. This